Eagles looking to snap that three-game losing streak. Let's welcome aboard Kim Jones, covers the Giants for Newsday. Kim, first off, Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Same to you. Absolutely, Moose.
Let's talk a little Giants. Daboll, after the loss to the Saints, and they got knocked around and beat up, named Tommy DeVito the starter against the Eagles on Christmas Day. Think that's the right call, or would you have gone back to Tyrod Taylor?
Well, there's not an alternative, Moose. At his press conference during the bye week, Joe Schoen dismissed Tyrod Taylor by simply saying Tyrod's contract is up. That's an awful difficult situation to then go back and say, hey, buddy, we need you now. Now, if he were pressed into service during a game, obviously Tyrod Taylor's as professional as they come and he would take the field. But they have made clear that they're going to go with Tommy DeVito and roll with the mistakes and the rookie mistakes that there are.
All right, Kim, how do you think the Giants play these final three games? Be cautious with Dexter Lawrence. He's nursing a hamstring. Do they limit Saquon to save some wear and tear on his body? And do we see more rookies like corner Trey Hawkins or maybe running back Eric Gray?
I think it's too late for Saquon and the wear and tear. I think that ship has sailed. I think he wants to play, at this point, shutting him down wouldn't do any good. Dexter, they have been, careful with. They haven't pressed him as much. He's a defensive lineman, a very big man who often plays in the 90th percentile of snaps. That's fairly unusual in this league. He has not done that lately. We'll see if this week he can play a little better. As far as Hawkins goes, Moose, he started the season as a corner opposite his fellow rookie, Deonte Banks. It did not go well. He was benched. I don't think that they will bring him back as a starter now, believing that he's not ready. And I think you asked me about one more person.
About Gray, the running back. Gray, the running back.
Yeah, I mean, him as a returner was a disaster. So that's another shrug from me. I'm not sure how that helps in any way.
I want to get your thoughts down in Philadelphia. They started the season 10-1. They've dropped 3 in a row. After the loss to Seattle, Jalen Hurts called out his teammates for not being committed enough. Interesting, Jason Kelce backed up his quarterback as well the very next day on his podcast, which tells you a lot about the leadership of Jalen Hurts. What do you think is going on in Philly right now?
Well, coincidentally, Moose, Zach Wilson's mom, Lisa, didn't think the Eagles played real well in the last game either on the offensive line. So I found that to be an incredible coincidence. But she probably didn't. They haven't been playing very well. I remember at the Combine where Jalen Hurts was going to be drafted. And I asked him about his game. He said, my game has no ceiling. I believe that that's still true. I think the pieces around him have to help him out a little bit, especially because it does seem that he's, battling something. Whether it's illness, whether it's an injury, he doesn't exactly look like himself. But against these Giants, he often looks very, very, very much like himself. So we'll have to see that on Christmas Day.
Yeah, let's stay along that theme because we saw and we've seen it. The Giants can't beat Philadelphia as of late. They came into the year, they wanted to close the talent gap between the Giants and the Cowboys and the Eagles. Lost both games to Dallas this year, combined score of 89-17. They have a hell of a time of trying to beat Philadelphia. What do you expect Monday against the Eagles, who've dropped 3 in a row, Christmas afternoon, where that atmosphere down at the Link is going to be insane?
Yeah, it'll be rabid. I mean, Tommy DeVito, bless his heart, talks about a high school game, featuring Don Bosco and,
Bergen Catholic.
Bergen Catholic, thank you. I actually like the analogy from Tommy only because that's what he knows, right? This is going to be a whole other animal. Even Saquon will talk. Now, Saquon's talked about it now for a few years, so he may not talk about it exactly like this time, but about how, his family's getting gestures at them, the team buses as they pull up, gestures, and then it becomes not just gestures, but the yelling, the, hatred, frankly, from Philadelphia. So it's going to be, this is more interesting to me now from the Philly standpoint only because they really, really need to get right. Whereas, as we know, the Giants, after the loss to the Saints, are truly playing out the string.
Kim, we appreciate it as always. Thanks again. Merry Christmas. Enjoy the trip down to Philadelphia. And enjoy those pretzels. All I hear about is the pretzels in the press box in Philadelphia are amazing.
You would love them.
I'm sure I would. I like a lot of food, by the way. Kim, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you again next week. Yeah, that's true.